everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Yesterday, I did a video on the entire Bounty Killa situation where he's booked for the Reggae Fest, the same show that Alkaline was slated to perform. And during his performance, person started walking out. No sooner after he came on stage, there was a mass walkout on Bounty Killa to where they turned off the mic. They say that it's the nick of time and stuff like that. So they had to turn off the mic. He had to stop performing. But not only that, they walked out. They just weren't having it. Persons were booing and stuff like that. You understand me? This is a show where Alkaline was slated to perform. Majority of the patrons at the venue came to see Alkaline. They want to hear what the vendetta boss has to say. And so they came in full numbers. They came out to support him. But here's the thing. I spoke yesterday about something specific. And I was speaking on growth and I was speaking on maturity. And I like the way Alkaline attire himself, like his appearance on stage, his showmanship when coming out, a lot of things. Knowing how Alkaline was when he came out in dancehall to where he's at now, we can see the full growth in him. We can also see the maturity. And for that, we are very proud as Vendetta supporters. We are very proud of the artist. Now, on the topic of growth and maturity, it seems as if there's something that is not clicking with Bounty Killa. He went on the DJ Academic show, and he said what he said, and he also threatened the artist. Apparently, he's underestimating the mass support that Alkaline actually has. And because he underestimated, he actually believed that he's just going to say anything and it's going to be like the 90s where you can just disrespect any artist out there that you don't like. And because you are well experienced or you have connections or networking, you understand, and you have deep connections, you believe that it's the time like the 90s and people are just not having it and they're putting it to you, letting you know that they are not having it. Hence the result of persons walking out on stage. In a part, it kind of remind me of this racist hate group where they don't stop until you start hitting them in their pockets. As they always say, the way to get rid of racist people, KKK, these hate people, hit them in their pockets, boycott their product, boycott whatever it is that they have putting out there. That's the only time they learn. And it's the same thing that, I believe the same thing that's going to reach Bounty Killa should he not stop. They're going to hit him in his pockets where he won't be getting bookings for shows because persons aren't interested in hearing him or seeing him on stage because he has a history of targeting artists, the younger artists out there. For whatever reason, he's hell-bent on wanting to be honored, wanting to be respected by Alkaline. Why, I don't know. But I think I do. I think I do. Now, before I get into what I think is the issue, let's start with the mistakes that Bounty Killa made. Bounty Killa went on the stage, he did his thing, came out, but, Alkaline supporters already not into him, and so they walked out. But let's say a lot of them still remain to hear what he had to say. He started saying some things he's bigging up. Vybz Kartel, my son, the king of dancehall, was here at Berkeley the other day and he locked it down and this and that. Not only that, he went further. I am the headliner of this show and this and that and all these type of things. Now, with the persons who remain in the crowd or at the venue to watch him perform, they're just not going to have that moment with you because people know Bounty Killa and know that he's a very calculated individual and knows what he is doing. There's a reason he mentioned Vybz Kartel at the show, bigging up Vybz Kartel. There's also a reason he speak on him being the headliner. Listen, DJ Khaled will not be able to save you. The most he can do is help you to make some money through royalties and put some money in your pocket. But DJ Khaled will not be able to save you in this because people are now seeing you. If they did not see you in the 90s, if they did not see you in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, they're seeing you in 2025. And people are seeing you for who you really are. A bully who does not stop. You have a vendetta in quote against Alkaline because Alkaline does not honor you, does not honor Vybz Kartel, will never acknowledge you or acknowledge Vybz Kartel. And because of that, you believe that you should be on a mission to tear him down, to try to end his career, to try to malign him. It was only a few months ago you were commending him. I think it was a birthday or new rules or something of the sort. But then it was a backhanded compliment. You hate him and you can't stand him and all these type of things. Why? Why do you hate Alkaline? Why can you not stand Alkaline? What have he done to you? What have he done to your career? What have he done to dancehall? All the things that Alkaline have sing about with the sexual deviant, this and that and all, are things that your protege, Vybz Kartel, have sung about. So what's the issue? Not only that, other artists after Vybz Kartel have also sing about it. So what is the issue? Why you can't stand Alkaline? But here's the thing. I think I know what Bounty Killa problem is. Bounty Killa problem is a misplaced anger, misplaced resentment, misplaced hate that he has towards Alkaline. The person who Bounty Killa is really angry at and really hates and really resent is his protege, Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel is the one who took Bounty Killa's street credit. Vybz Kartel is the one who made it seem okay, easier for just about any artist out there to go up against him, to disrespect him, should he disrespect them. And so he has a resentment for Vybz Kartel. But Vybz Kartel already has a street cred, already have Gaza, already have his cultic supporters, and so going up against Vybz Kartel will do him no good. It will only further annihilate his career. So let's go after the next target that he believes is an easy target, and that is Alkaline. And just talk about how he doesn't like how we talk about body wash and all these type of things, or brata, for want of euphemism. So when he used that as an argument, he thinks that it's easier for him, or persons are blind and will not see what he's actually doing. Bounty Killa is a very manipulative person. Bounty Killa went after Tommy Lee. When Tommy Lee was doing his demonic songs and all of these type of things, or dark energy type of song, the gothic type of music in dancehall, Bounty Killa could have easily well contacted Tommy Lee behind closed door and let him know that, you know, this and that is not in dancehall, it's not for dancehall, and you have to remember that you are putting dark energy on dancehall, and there are so many other artists out there, including myself, who don't really want that type of dark energy on us, because it can lead to a whole lot of things, including accidents, a whole lot of things, based on your belief, that is. So you could have had a discussion behind closed door. No, Bounty Killa went publicly and started disrespecting Tommy Lee, until Tommy Lee wrote a diss song for Bounty Killa. Tommy Lee was slated to perform somewhere, I think in Seaview Gardens, and Bounty Killa went at the show and had these people booing Tommy Lee and stuff like that. Now Tommy Lee, years later, went on stage bigging up Bounty Killa and stuff. That is what Bounty Killa want from Alkaline. And he's not going to live long enough to see that day coming. So he knows what he's doing and he's not stopping. He wants back the street credit that Vybz Kartel took from him. No amount of collab is going to make Bounty Killa have a good night rest, knowing that he has lost his street credit. No amount of collab with Vybz Kartel, DJ Khaled, all of that is going to make Bounty Killa have a happy, happy night. He wants the street credit and he can easily direct his anger towards Alkaline for whatever reason. No. Knowing Alkaline supporters who have a touch of intelligence and can read through things, see what is taking place, and people are simply just not having it. They're looking at a grown-ass immature individual who has that Peter Pan syndrome, don't believe in growing the F up, don't believe in moving on, don't believe that he should know his place, don't believe he has a place, believe strongly that he controls and owns dancehall. And anybody who comes, whether he's the one who gave them the breakthrough, must honor him. So the vendetta supporters have seen through the BS, and because we are seeing through the BS, we are not having it either. And I said, if you come at Alkaline, we will strike you down. We will strike you down. We don't have to be disrespectful. See, you went out and you disrespect your own self without the help of Alkaline or the vendetta supporters. We didn't have to say anything. They just walked the hell out on you. You understand? And this is what you get. The energy you give is the energy you will get. And that's what's happening to you right now. So I think it's time that you do something called growing up. I think it's time you do something called moving on. But Unfortunately, there are some people who will never grow up. And that's just the harsh reality. That's just something we have to acknowledge. You don't have to accept and you don't have to appreciate, because nobody can force anybody to appreciate something that is negative. But we have to acknowledge that there are individuals out there who will never grow up. They're stuck in the past and they believe it's when they had unlimited power, authority through networking, through connections, through guerrilla marketing, guerrilla tactics, and all these type of things. And they believe that it can work in 2025 because they saw it in 2000, they saw it in the mid 2000s. So they believe that even without a hit song, they can still continue to do that. And he has not learned. And it's so unfortunate that there are so many persons out there who refuse to grow up and refuse to learn. Bounty Killa is not necessarily alone in this type of situation. There are lots of men out there who refuse to grow up no matter their age. They still want to believe that they are 18 or 25, and they have it in mind that they want to perform like they are 25 years old. And because of that, they're hell-bent on remaining immature but want the privileges that come with being an adult, like driving, like smoking, like drinking, gambling, having intercourse or being intimate with someone. You understand? Outside of that, they do not want any responsibility, like taking care of the child that they actually made with a woman. You understand? Paying bills and stuff like that. Those are the responsibilities that come with being an adult. So Bounty Killa isn't really alone in it. We have a whole culture in Jamaica that facilitate that type of immature behavior, that type of Benjamin Button type of culture. And so when certain things becomes a national pastime, it's very hard for you to see your error. It's very hard for you to unlearn a lot of things that you were taught, that you grew up in. And because it's very unfortunate, then that's just a harsh reality that a lot of persons have to deal with. So I said that if he doesn't stop, then eventually he will be stopped, whether he like it or not. And that's just one of the things that is happening right now. And it was evident in the crowd actually walking out on him. Understand? So there it is. But hopefully he will learn before it's too late. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.